Hello, welcome back to the Aikido Virtual Dojo channel. Today we're going to be looking at another technique from behind. So the grab will be from behind and the technique will eventually move to the rear of us. So we call this technique Ushiro, ryote-dori, Kotegaeshi. So again, the technique will be Ushiro from behind with a two-wrist or two-hand grab, ryote-dori, and we're going to do the Kotegaeshi variation where we do a wrist reversal. So we're going to go into the details and show you how to do it. Okay, taking a look at the feet now, we're going to be starting in hanmi, and our first step will actually be sliding back with our back foot in center. Afterwards, we're going to turn in place front foot, back foot. So we've changed direction. At this point, we will take the Kotegaeshi and do a two-step to take the wrist for the Kotegaeshi. And then we'll take a step back to do the Kotegaeshi, turning our partner's wrist. Once we're in this position, then we would grab the elbow and starting with the back foot, walk around the head here, turning into place where we could eventually finish with a standing pin.
Before we go into the technique, let's have a look at the attack first. So I will be the nage and Durward will explain the attack.
So as we attack here, there's a couple of different ways we could set up our feet. If we look at the hanmi of our partner, or the position of the feet, he's got his 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Now I could position my feet in the same way, one behind the other, which leaves a lot of space for me to make the step, but it also leaves a lot of space for him to move a little bit and attack. So he's got a little bit more freedom here, but if I change my feet and bring this foot up here close to the foot that's in the back, then there's a slight bit more of protection where I can block him with the base a little bit more and also feel a little bit more confident in the arms here as I hold him. Okay? So in this way, I want to set up, I want to get a good firm grab here and not leave the hands too open, but having a nice firm base as I hold him in place.
So if we look on this attack from the nage perspective, my wrists are taken, so I cannot move the wrists, neither forward nor backward. I might move to the side, and there are some techniques where we would move to the side, maybe from here. But now we want to do the Kotegaeshi, And for the Kotegaeshi, the first movement is I want to move closer to my partner, to the attacker. And I cannot do it with the wrists, so I need to leave the wrists where they are. I will be only moving the rest of my body, so a little slide with the foot backwards. I move my body into this space, and I bring my fingers together in front of me, in front of my center, which creates the space for me and enables me to go into the next move.
Okay, from this position here, after we've done the entry, the hands should be just in front of the center, palms facing up. Okay, so this is basically connected now to my center, so wherever I move, my hands move, and the grab actually on each side will follow that. So from here, we want to have a feeling of being underneath. And as we sink underneath, the hands will turn, almost like coming around a small ball. You'll notice as I do that, and it doesn't take a lot of effort to raise up the elbows on each side, all the way up to the shoulders. So I want to get this feeling of coming underneath, which will be different than trying to raise the arms. So again, having a feeling of coming underneath, my elbows under, his elbows up. It doesn't take much to create this effect. And then from here, actually, we can move into the turn.
So from here, as Durward just explained, I will turn my hands around, which will bring Durward's elbows up, and it will create the space for me where I can turn around and move out of this grab. So the way to do it is I start with my front foot. I will start turning it around in place, and I will create a wave. I want to create a wave which will go through my whole body, so the hips, the back, the shoulders, the head. And this wave allows me to move out of the grab of the shoulders, of Durward's arms. And here I still want to keep an energy, sorry. I want to keep an energy which is directed towards Durward. So I want to fill in the space and stay connected. So if I don't do it, if I stay here backwards, he can come back at me. So after the turn, here if I just move backwards, I'm taken. And if I move my body backward but stay forward with my hands and with my energy, actually it's Durward who is out of balance.
So after the turn from this position, we want to move into a Kotegaeshi. We have a top hand and a bottom hand. Keeping the arms nice and full, we're going to turn around this bottom hand. Okay? So we can actually allow this hand to start coming through as we take a two-step with the feet and follow the wrist through, grabbing and breaking through the finger and the finger and the thumb as we turn.
From this position, after the opening turn, when I have Durward's wrist in front of my center, I'm open here. I need to do now the Kotegaeshi, the reversal movement for the hand, which goes normally this direction. So I entered, we came from there, we came in this way, and from here I reverse. So this is why this technique is Kotegaeshi. When I do it, I don't want to release the connection that I have with Durward already here. So now we are connected, I'm controlling his center, his feet, he cannot move too much or he cannot go directly against me because I have him here. So I don't want to release this connection and let him come back up again and get close to him where I'm vulnerable. Okay, so the way of moving here is that I use my center, my whole body, to step back and turn towards the uke, towards Durward. And as I do it, I keep the connection between my center, the point of connection here, the grab here, and Durward's center. And I use the energy of this movement to take his balance.
In doing the Kotegaeshi, as we step back and we want to stay connected with our partner. And here, with the wrist reversal, the Kotegaeshi, we're not just applying it against the wrist, But we want to keep that connection all the way through the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, and deep into the body, all the way down to the feet. Okay? So to do that, we can use the hand to guide and visually even see that energy coming back and into our partner all the way down to the feet. Okay? Well, this is different than just turning the hand into a reverse direction behind our partner, okay? Which only usually applies in the wrist, which can definitely injure the wrist, but has a little bit less effect on the total body, the total system of my partner. Okay? So opening and connecting through the wrist, elbow, and all the way into the body, into the feet, back into my partner.
For the uke from this position, I take this energy which is going through my body into my feet, and this will start bringing me down. So it will take my balance, it will start bringing me down. I want to go with this energy, so I will get down on one knee, the knee which is closer to the nage. And as it continues, I will turn to my, or fall to my side, to my hip, the side. And then as he moves around for the immobilization, I will turn around. I mean, he will turn me around. I don't have to do anything, he will just do it for me.
Okay, after the Kotegaeshi, one version of the pin or the immobilization is we're going to take the elbow, and again, we're going to turn our partner around, taking the inside of the elbow. As noted before, we're going to walk around, turning our partner over. For this particular version, we're going to sit. Okay, and the knees are on each side of the shoulder, kind of encasing or closing in the arm and the shoulder. From here, it's difficult to go into a direct pin. So from here, we're going to slide this bottom hand up to grab the wrist. Okay. The other hand then is going to cut and keep the arm nice and aligned. So keeping the arm fairly straight for this particular pin, aligned and close to my body. So now wherever my body moves, the arm moves. Okay, so now here, as I'm close, then I can sink into the shoulder very gently so that my partner gets a sense of when it begins to be applied. And then eventually I can also start to lean in towards the head. My partner will tap as soon as he feels that it's working.
First I start with the leg which is closer to him. I put it above his head. Then I take another step here on the other side. I turn around as he gets on his belly. And I end up with my foot being positioned underneath his shoulder and his arm alongside my leg. And his wrist is touching more or less just above my knee. So this way I can still keep the connection here through his hand, through his wrist. Keep his shoulder pinned against the tatami, slightly, I don't need to force it here. And then with my whole body, I will lean in towards his head until he taps.
If you like our video, give us a thumb up and share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to receive notifications about new videos being published. More information is available in the channel description as well as through the links section.